So how was your Sunday? No answer to the question. How was Sunday?
It was nice, ma'am. Nice, ma'am. We
Just
played
nice.
badminton.
Too much work going on.
Good evening, ma'am. I
Good
will
evening.
request to, encourage everybody to behave like a chair manager. I still am finding that they're behaving like a student.
Yeah.
So which is not acceptable, because we are expecting that after 6 months, they should go and do some job somewhere.
Correct.
They are still in a student mood. They are, copying and, doing assignment and all those things. They should talk like chair managers, but that part is still missing. I'm looking forward that they should be like that. So this is only request. I request you to kindly encourage them so that
Sure,
they
sir.
can be on the level. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Yeah. So you heard your feedback, right? You want to behave like or become like HR manager or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask Prerna, right? Prerna is sitting in the office today also?
No, ma'am. Actually, I was doing work from home.
You did not join the class yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. Because there's always network issue. I'm traveling back to home, so that is why I thought I'll see the recording. So,
Okay. But recording will not give you an idea on the interactions that we are having, right?
Ma'am, actually,
Because, changing it to practical things completely.
this problem is only for the Saturdays.
Yeah. Try and talk to Kristuna that he should give you that much time off on Saturday. Can he give?
Sure, I'll do that.
Actually, I don't think he will stop you from studying it. He's not like that of a manager. Okay. So you prepared the assignment?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to display? How will you show?
I can share the screen, ma'am.
Yeah, please. That I am allowing you to do that. Now you can share the screen.
Can you see, ma'am?
Yes. Test manager to expand the media from deadline 20th July. Plus years of experience in sales and management. Okay. There's a marketing perspective. Responsibility, efficient, work, right. Salary थोड़ा कम कर दिया है सेल्स मैनेजर का तो रिजर्व दे दो सेल्स मैनेजर को एटलीस्ट should be 50,000 minimum. But companies pay that much salary.
I can't hear you.
I'm saying salary is very less.
Okay.
Salaries have to be increased. Because it's a manager's job, so you have to give them salary according to, to keep that in mind. See, everything that we are writing out, it's not just creating the look and feel of this advertisement. It's also about what are you writing so that right people read your advertisement and come to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So that wordings, all that things that you are using, it has to be very, very appropriate. Otherwise, it's looking nice. Just make some changes, and then I think it is good to go.
Okay, ma'am.
Font is also good. Salary can be in a little more better format, more font. Rest everything is good. Good. Who wants to show next?
Ma'am, I have shown you already. Should I share here also?
Yeah, for everybody.
Okay.
Not just 2 weeks, for everyone. say 5 to 6K हो गया salary, 50 to 60K. Sales skills, the communication, target. Salary is something that is very serious thing for anybody who is applying for a job. Right? मतलब that's the first motivation, other than the brand name. तो अगर आपका brand अच्छा established है, like Infosys, Coca-Cola, Maruti, you know, all these things, still people will come and they try and join the organization without thinking too much of a salary initially. उन्हें पता है कि बाद में बढ़ी जानी है. But when you're joining, asking for people to join for a smaller company and semi sector, mein, your brand name has to be there, plus the salary should be. You're doing something which is attracting the people. So sales manager in a good firm would be somewhere around 50,000 to start with the year. 50,000 is a good start in smaller companies. कंपनी का नाम नहीं है इसमें, वो सीरीज के लिए नहीं लिखा है. कल बताया था, फीडबैक दिया था that you have to say where to send the applications. Either some number or some email ID has to be written. Rest everything is good. Font size में थोड़ा सा changes कर सकते हो because there are 3 different font size ऊपर. मैंने उस टाइम पे भी नहीं ध्यान दिया थी इस चीज का. You had sent it to me. Now it is looking little odd. So are you the one looking for? Yes, exactly. And quick-witted can be in the same font. Same font. Yes, exactly. You can keep it in different, but the first line and the quick-witted can be in the same font. Right? Too many font in one advertisement or in one anything that you are designing creates a disturbance in mind. You know, you don't really be able to look into the perspective of what people are trying to say. So it's always good not to use more than 2 fonts, 2 different fonts. Okay. So make
Okay,
those
ma'am.
changes, then it's good to go.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Not able to share the screen quickly?
Yes, ma'am.
You're doing it from phone or computer?
Ma'am, is it visible to you?
Only you are visible to us. Go to this share screen option, which you can see. Click that share screen option.
Yes, ma'am.
And choose the window that you want to show. Just show only the window that you have. Lalita, you have created something?
Ma'am, is it visible?
No, it's not visible.
I've made changes in content only. Everything is still same.
Why not in the advertisement? Why not creating an advertisement in the same advertisement that you created yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay. So showcase it to everyone. Nice. Same thing is missing. Two things. Salary is missing and that email part, that where to send the CV.
Okay,
These are
ma'am.
the basic things which is required.
Okay.
And convincing skills की जगह if you can use persuasion skills looks better. Persuasion skills कहते हैं management language में. We don't call it convincing, we call it persuasion. So for a sales manager or business development managers, persuasion skills or negotiation skills, both will be required. So you can mention that. But they are not job responsibility, they are just skill set or eligibility criteria. Responsibility would be that what exactly the person has to do. For example, they will have to go out and sell the product. They will ensure that minimum 3 crores rupees of business comes in a year. They will ensure that they are growing the market by this much percentage. So we will write some percentage, right? So these are the responsibility of sales manager in any company. So that has to. So again, a little bit more research, and this is not just for you, this is for everyone, right? Everybody has written responsibility and the skill set and all that. So skill set is not a part of responsibility. Skill set is just skill set that is required for the job. So for example, somebody wants to become a good HR manager or sales manager, communication skill is a skill that I require. It is not what I will be doing. By my communication skills, I will be able to sell more or do good for my company, right? So communication skill is a very basic need that we have. Okay. तृप्ति कुछ फिगर आउट हुआ दिखाने के लिए?
Ma'am, I have sent it on your WhatsApp.
I am not taking class from my WhatsApp, I mean from mobile. Excellent PPT. Okay, that's nice. Color combination is good. Your hiring sales manager is also nice. Same thing, skills and requirements also you have written nicely. Email ID is missing and brand name is missing. You will write about somebody's logo. So that has to be a part of the organization, right? अभी हम जब class ले रहे हैं YSI की, so you can see in the background we are showing YSI. Why are we showing this? It's a brand name that we want to continue and carry on. So this brand name is also displayed on YouTube whenever anybody would search about this subject, sourcing and hiring. So suppose they search on YouTube sourcing and hiring, and then our name will come. This lecture might come into those searches. And when this name will come, so they will also see that YSI is also a brand which is teaching, which is teaching these things. So it's very important that you are using the brand name along with you in every advertisement that you are making. So you could have created anything, hypothetically. That can be done. So that is one more thing that is there. So this assignment continues for next week, so that I want to see you getting perfected in every way, right? Like sir is saying that you're not behaving like a HR manager. It's fine. We are still taking time to make you that, right? So once you get that confidence in you, I'm sure we will try and create that communication and confidence in you that you will be able to talk, right? Because HR managers जो होते हैं या recruiters जो होते हैं, they are very good at talking. So communication is first thing that comes to them. So when you have to become that kind of a person, your communication has to really come really well. If I'm asking you how's your Sunday, the answer should have come trup. But I say, so don't feel shy, don't feel hesitated to talk. I know you might be having something in your mind, some hesitation, but communication अच्छा है और hesitation उसको रोक रहा है, so that means there is the problem in your growth. So we don't want that to happen. Correct? So that has to continue. And trust me, more than the subject content, जो हम पढ़ा रहे हैं कि hiring में ये करना है वो करना है, the subject content is very less. HR में it's always about your personality, your presentation skills, your communication skills. Always about that. You know how you're communicating, how you're bringing the human touch to employees, how you're talking to all the team members. You know how your communication and writing is very nice and professional and polite always. You know how you're talking to candidates who are outside. It's very important because now onwards, like I told you yesterday, the sourcing khatam kar liya humne. Now we are talking about recruitment. That means now you have to start calling people. This is the time when you are initiating that. If you are making a call to somebody, how are you going to make that call? कैसे करोगे? Suppose तुम्हारे आपके पास पोजीशन है, सेम पोजीशन कंटिन्यू करते, सेल्स मैनेजर की हायरिंग कर रहे, you have to call somebody. How will you call that person? What will you say? उसका रिज्यूमे आ गया आपके पास, आपने रिज्यूमे देख लिया है उसका. अब now what are you going to talk to this person? We have given you this task that you have to screen that person now. What are the things that you're going to ask?
Ma'am, may I? Okay, ma'am. So suppose the name is say Aman. So we'll call and say, I'll say, hello Aman, this is Apurva. We are calling you from YSI. Our team has gone through your CV and according to our analysis, you really fit into the requirement. So we want to take this further and would like to held your initial interviews. So kindly tell us the time which will fit you, and so that we can carry forward the work.
That's all. Nothing else. We will not ask about his background. We will not ask about his communication. Anything, no questions. Just direct interview.
Ma'am, so these things we'll do in initial interview, no? So abhi to
It's a screening. So screening is what? See, resume आपके पास आ गया है, right? You have a piece of paper where he or she has written everything about them. Their name, their qualifications, their trainings, internships, certifications, whatever. So we are just assuming that we are calling freshers right now. So now everything is there with you. But how will you find out that the person has basic communication skills or not? That communication skill nobody can write in a resume. You cannot know from a resume that how good a presentation skill of the person. So for that, you will have to frame your questions in a manner that you can really find out those things. So that is the exercise. That what is the it's a role play, right? You are the HR managers. I am your candidate. You have to call me and find out how good I am for the job.
What I do generally is basically I post the job on Naukri, and whenever I receive the profiles of the candidates, I go through them. Whenever I find that this particular profile suits this particular candidate, then I call that person and I then generally ask tell him that I found your I posted a job on Naukri and you applied for the same. So first of all, I ask him if it is a good time to talk or not, because they can be anywhere, right? Then if the person agrees for the conversation, then the first question which I ask is that can you, though I have gone through your resume, but I would like you to just give me an overview of your working experience so far, like what all organizations you have worked in and what all job responsibilities you were handling. So this is the first question that I ask the candidate, so that he can tell me his working background and his experience so far. This is the first question that I ask.
Yeah, good. And what else do you ask them?
Then, ma'am, it depends on the profile. So right now, let's say if I'm hiring a candidate for the accounts profile, then I ask him what our requirements are. Like, for example, technically, if you're looking for a particular software which the candidate should be working in, then I ask him that have you worked in this particular software? If yes, then for how long? And then I ask him that if you're working with this organization, then why do you want to switch? then the candidate answers that question, and what is the notice period which you have to serve. And then I ask the salary, like current withdrawal and the salary expectations. So the basic questions which an HR should ask, I just ask that thing, so that I can see that if the candidate really fits into the profile. If yes, then I go ahead with the second round of interview with sir.
Yeah. This is how the experience, right? So Prerna has also learned on the job. She's not done any course in HR and all that. She has just learned while she was on the job and listening to other HRs doing this job, particular role, right? So this is how you have to pick up and design your own thing. There is no rocket science in this. There is nothing that specifically that we're looking at. It's just that objective has to be very clear in your mind. And what is the objective? So, for example, you're hiring for sales manager. So the objective is that you have to hire a sales manager which fits in your budget. आपकी सैलरी बजट जो है सैलरी रेंज में फिट होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि ओवर बजट हो, बाद में उसे नेगोशिएशन में टाइम लग जाए एंड देन द पर्सन से मुझे तो इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है ऐसे कम सैलरी. राइट. सेकंड थिंग देन यू आर चेकिंग इज दैट कि जहां जहां कंपनी का एक्सपीरियंस लिखा है वेदर दिस एक्सपीरियंस इज रियली सुटेबल फॉर आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और नॉट. What kind of work that person has done, what is the role responsibility that person has handled. Then third is asking them about something about your values. If your company has certain values, because every company works on some values or some code of conduct or something, then you can ask this question. So suppose respect is one of the value of the organization. ये value हम display करेंगे हम जो भी actions करते हैं. So respect से related आप कैसे questions पूछ सकते हो? About we don't write it down. Like sir said, it has to be an interactive session. I see with APT में नहीं कर रही.
Can you just repeat, like, what did you just mention?
So suppose respect is the value of an organization. So what kind of questions you can ask somebody on respect that shows that how much importance this person gives to respect. So suppose I asked you this question, right? All five of you are here for the interview. Let's take this example, right? If I ask Tripti that Tripti, respect is more important for you or money, what would be your answer?
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
Respect is more important for you or money?
Ma'am, respect is more important.
Why respect is more important for you?
Ma'am, I think if you give me less amount, but if you give me respect, तो मैं आपका जो भी आप मुझे work दोगे मैं उसे अच्छे से करूँगी. And if you give me a high amount or high salary and not give respect, not behave like कि I am your member, so ma'am, I don't think I will work well for your company.
Very good. So it's a very good answer, right? So this is the kind of questions you have to see. See, every question you have to design or you have to write down before or practice before with outcomes also. That what do you want to hear from the candidate as an outcome for this question? So that has to be very clear. So that is the reason why I said that once the objective is clear, ki why you are asking the questions, then whatever answers they give, you will know ki kya right hai, kya wrong. And that can differ from one person to another person. That can differ from one company to another company. कोई कंपनी रिस्पेक्ट को वैल्यू देती ही नहीं है तो इसलिए वो क्वेश्चन ही नहीं पूछते हैं. Some companies think about more professionalism, so they talk about professionalism more. So this is the what kind of culture your organization will have when you join one. You will have to design your questions accordingly. Because see, qualifications जो उसने किया है डिग्री में, चाहे बीटेक किया है, एमबीए किया है, बीबीए किया है, बीकॉम किया है, everything is clear in the resume. उसके बारे में आप क्वेश्चंस पूछ भी नहीं सकते बहुत ज्यादा क्योंकि वो टेक्निकल राउंड हो जाएगा. राइट, कि उसने क्या पढ़ा है, कैसे पढ़ा है, वो टेक्निकल बंदे पे छोड़ देते हैं जो भी इंटरव्यू लेगा. टेक्निकल बंदा मतलब सेल्स मैनेजर की जॉब के लिए हायर कर रहे हैं तो सेल्स हेड विल आस्क दैट क्वेश्चंस. हम स्क्रीनिंग में एचआर वाले रिक्रूटमेंट के टाइम पे फर्स्ट स्क्रीनिंग में हम क्या क्या पूछते हैं? फर्स्ट चीज कम्युनिकेशन कैसा है वो चेक करते हैं. सो इफ यू वांट टू चेक द कम्युनिकेशन, so like Prerna said that she asked this question that give me an overview of whatever is written in your resume. So that's a good chance for the person to speak up again. Though you have written, you have seen the CV, seen whatever he or she has done, but still you are giving them a chance to present it to you again. And that will show his communication or her presentation both. So that's one question. Second question is you can ask on your values if your company has certain values. Most of the all companies have values. Then third question you can join that why do you want to leave your company and join ours? So that you can find out that what exactly is in the mind of the person. अगर वो किसी और वजह से छोड़कर आ रहा है और हम भी वो वजह पूरी नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज एज एन एचआर यू नो योर कंपनी अगर उसका सिमिलर रीजन वहां पर भी है और यहाँ पर भी वो बन सकता है हो सकता है उसका मैनेजर यहाँ पर भी बहुत एग्रेसिव हो उसकी वजह से छोड़ के आ रहा हो और जहाँ जिसकी टीम ज्वाइन कर रहा है वो मैनेजर भी वैसे ही हो सो यू विल नो दीज थिंग्स इन एडवांस फॉर एग्जाम्पल ही और शी विल से कि मुझे और पैसे के लिए कंपनी ज्वाइन करनी है बट यू नो कि आपका बजट इतना ही है तो हम ज्यादा हाइक तो दे ही नहीं पा रहे हैं 5-10% हाइक ही दे रहे हैं सो नो दीज थिंग्स यू कैन गेट टू नो इन योर फर्स्ट राउंड इटसेल्फ फिर वहां पर आप डिसाइड कर लेते हो कि ये 25 सीवी का मैंने स्क्रीन किया है इनमें से ये 5 ही अच्छे लग रहे हैं मेरे बजट के हिसाब से अकॉर्डिंग टू द जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन so that's what screening is all about correct so now let's do this role play we call management language में इस चीज को प्रैक्टिस करने को कहा जाता है रोल प्ले right so that you take the role of manager you are taking interview of somebody and you're asking this question screening round right already leave your pen and pencils and get ready you have the job position जो आपने post करी थी you created the job at the चीज post कर दिया अब CV भी आ गया resumes भी आ गए so now who wants to become the manager I mean recruiter who will start so let's start with Prerna because she has some experience right so Prerna becomes the recruiter and then Apurva becomes the candidate so Prerna you can ask questions to Apurva she's your candidate for today
It is for the sales profile which we
sales
discussed in the
profile
beginning.
yeah the one that they have designed
Okay, got it. So first of all, I'll start with the introduction. So hi Apurva, I'm Prerna. I work with for this organization as an human resource, and I have got your resume through this particular site, and I would like to like if you could just introduce yourself, like what is your working background, what is your working experience so far, and why do you want to join our organization?
Hello, Prerna. Happy to receive your call. This is Apurva, and I'm currently working in an biotech company. Ma'am, I can say anything, no?
Be free. Right? Don't become nervous about it.
Currently, I'm working in a biotech company as a sales manager, and I have been working here since 3 years. And before that, I was working in the same industry in some other company. And if you ask, my total experience is 5 to 6 years. And I want to join this company to increase my salary because I feel that I am not able to, the company which I'm working in currently is not doing justice with me or with my competency. So that's why I wish to change my company.
Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
Then I would ask that what is your like current withdrawal and what exactly your expectations are?
My expectations from your company is basically not just an increased salary, but also a good working environment, plus a better chance of succession planning. And also, I'd like to get more committed to the organization because I'm looking for some stable job. So yeah.
So याद नहीं चलेगा है ना इंटरव्यू में.
Okay.
Basically, I was asking you for expectation in terms of money. You asked for a hike, no? So
yes, so I would wrap my expectation to around 70 to 80,000. So
what is your current withdrawal?
so my current withdrawal is 60,000.
Okay. Ma'am, I think that's it from my side.
Complete it, na? What will you tell the candidate then after to ask the question?
Okay. Fine. So I'll explain him how our organization works. I'll tell him that we are a startup, or whether we're a big corporate, and how, like, I'll tell him or her the entire, like, basic introduction about my organization, and whether we fit into his expectations or not. And then if I think, like, the basic screening, I think these questions can tell me that whether the candidate is good enough or not. Then I'll ask that candidate whether he can come down for a physical interview or not.
Right. That's how you answer. So you'll ask this question: that can you come down for the interview, physical interview if we do? When is the suitable time for you? Let me fix it and I will come back to you. Right. So then you say goodbyes and that's all. So this is how the interview is being done. That's a screening interview. Good job done. Yeah. Good, Apurva. You did really well. Prerna ka to experience hai, but you did also really well.
Thank you, ma'am.
So now Apurva becomes the recruiter and let Vanshika become the candidate.
Hello, Vanshika. Hope you are doing well.
Hi, Apurva. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am very fine. So, Anshika, are you free? Like, can we have a conversation right now?
Yes, sure. I'm free. You can have a conversation.
Okay. So, Vanshika, let me tell you, this is Apurva, and I'm calling you from YSI, and I'm an HR. And our team has gone through your CV. Like, we posted a job advertisement on Naukri, and we have got your CV. Our team has gone through it, and I'm happy to tell you that you really fit. Your CV is really great, and we found it really well. So, okay, Vanchika. So, what are your? If I could know about your work experiences, like what are all the companies where you have worked? So, if you could tell about your background.
I have recently worked in a hospital as a manager for 3 years, and that's the only experience I have as of now. And then I try to join your company.
Okay. So, Vanshika, tell me that what value does caring holds for you? Like how much you are dedicated to the caring part. Like if you have to choose between caring or earning more, what is the thing which you'll choose and why?
I will definitely go with the caring part because it is against my moral to go with the money part.
Okay,
That's
well, that's great. So, Vanshika, what are
Salary
your
नहीं लोगे, free पे काम करोगे. Against my model क्या होता है? You have to earn the
no, I
salary,
mean,
right? Yeah.
yeah,
So
along with the
explain.
salary, I'll care as well.
Correct. Yeah. So mention it. See, there is no harm in asking about the salary. You are not doing the work for the free for any organization, right? You are asking in exchange. You are giving your life का maximum part to an organization. Just imagine कि हम कितने देर जागते हैं अपने घर में, right? We get up in the morning, we just have 1 or 2 hours. उसमें भी कहा जाता है 1-2 घंटे में थोड़ा बहुत अपने ऊपर टाइम चला गया. Rest is getting ready and rushing. Then you reach office. 9 hours is just for the work that you are giving. Anybody is giving, right? Most of the people do that. After 9 hours, again it's coming back, relaxing a little bit, dinner, and then sleeping. So you don't spend that much of time at home as much as you're spending with the organization. So for your time and your knowledge and the service that you are giving to the organization, you are asking money in exchange. So never shy away from asking for that. Because अपने आप को आप वर्दी नहीं समझोगे ना, so organization आपको कभी वर्दी समझेगा ही नहीं. Correct?
Exactly.
Yeah, please carry on.
Okay, so Vanshika, may I know that what are your expectations from our organization, or what is the reason you wish to leave that particular organization?
Um, I would like a better salary and a good work environment. I don't have much points on this, ma'am.
That's okay. Whatever comes to you, it's good.
Okay, so may I know your salary? What is the current withdrawal of yours?
Current withdrawal is 50,000.
And your expectation from us?
Expectation is 80,000.
Okay, we'll try to work on it. So it was nice talking to you, Vanshika. Looking forward to meet you again in the interviews. So all the best. Till then, take care.
Thank you so much.
Good. Very well done. For the first timers, it's really good because both of you are first timers. So, yes. Okay. So, next role play is between Tripti and Garvita. Who wants to take up the recruiter's role? Garvita becomes the recruiter, Tripti candidate, right?
Okay. Hello, Tripti.
Hello, Garvita.
Okay, so I've called from YSI. I'm HR manager of YSI. I have called you to know you have applied for the job. We have your resume. We have shortlisted your resume. We want to know more about you. Is this the correct time to talk?
I am working in this XYZ company, and my expectation is from this company. I
Listen to the question, Tripti. She has asked you, is it a good time
Is
to
the
talk
right
to you
time to
first?
talk?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I am not clear. What are you saying?
You're not able to hear her?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So she asked you this question that what is it a good time to speak to you about this interview, about the position?
Ma'am, I'm free at that time. You can talk to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Carry on.
okay. So you have applied for the job, right? Sales
Yes.
manager job. Okay. So we want to know more about your um, values. What are your values?
My values.
Okay, it's okay. Um, where are you currently working? Are you
I'm
working or
working.
not?
Yes, I'm working in this XYZ company.
Okay. And what are your salary? What is your salary?
My salary is 15K.
You're expecting a hike or not?
Yes, I'm expecting more. I think I can earn 17 and 18,000.
Okay. We can offer you that. Okay. So, mm,
More questions?
what else to ask?
Anything that comes to your mind. You decide what you want to know.
Okay.
Okay, it's all right. Nothing is coming to you. Right. So Vanshika, now you become the recruiter and Garvita becomes your candidate.
Okay. Hi, Garvita.
Hello?
I saw your resume, and you have applied for this job position as sales manager in YSI.
Yes.
So, can you tell me more about yourself?
Okay. I'm Garvita Dishwadia from Delhi. Okay. I already know. I'm currently working at XYZ company. Um, I've been working there for 2 years, and for myself, I'm also pursuing MBA in sales and marketing, and I would like to change my job as they are not providing enough salary for me, and I'm expecting a hike in your company. If you may.
So is that the only reason you had left your previous company?
Also, I mean, I wasn't able to exposure. I wasn't able to learn more there. I wanted to have a different environment where where I could be challenged and have different experience.
Okay, what else to ask, ma'am?
I will not be there in your interview. You have to ask yourself.
Uh, do you think we can do a jam session? Ma'am, you know about jam sessions, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is it?
a jam session is basically it means just a minute session. So it'll show how fluent you are and how confident you are with topics and your knowledge about things. So I will give
Okay,
you a topic.
it's
Yeah,
in
I will
person
give
or on call?
in a
Right now.
call.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Right
So
now.
I will give you a topic randomly. It is a very basic topic and you have to speak on it for 1 minute.
I'm very bad at it.
You can try.
Okay,
So your topic is pollution.
come on. Pollution. Um, as we know, I live in Delhi. Delhi's pollution is the worst in country, and pollution are of different types: water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, and it is hazardous to our nature. And we should do something now to tackle the situation. And
Yeah, carry on. We can do it.
Okay, so Garvita, how about because you expect a hike in your salary, right?
right,
So what is your current withdraw
it's 45,000,
and what do you expect?
around 55 to 60,000.
Okay, so what if initially we aren't able to provide you with that amount? Are you okay with it? We will provide you incentives though.
Okay. If I'm having a different environment, I would love that. Love to join.
Okay, Garvita, we will contact you later for the interview if you're
Okay.
shortlisted. Thank you so much for the interview. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question, Sanchita. Kavita, good try. And don't get hassled, don't feel shy. See, because what you know about yourself, that you know. Nobody else knows in the world, right? So what you're speaking, speak confidently. Chahe kam baat karo, but you should be confident about talking about yourself. Trust me, and I'm telling you this by experience. Till the time I was in graduation, though we studied in English school, always English medium school, but still then, in our times, teachers never used to give that much of importance to communication in schools. Today, it has been given so much of value. So we were not that confident in terms of speaking. So in my household, my parents were really, really educated. Dad used to talk a lot in English, but still, that confidence because of hesitation was never there. It's only after graduation when I started applying for colleges in CAT and all those things during that preparation of interviews. That's when I realized how important it is to give interview with confidence. Even if your English is a little bit less fluent or you don't know too many words, good words and vocabulary, you cannot really construct a good sentence. Still, if you're confident or you have really prepared well about what you have to say, you will be able to crack the interview really well. So whatever your topic is, just prepare that topic in advance. Get to know what kind of questions you are going to ask. I have seen so many HR managers, not HR managers, recruiters who just join the organizations falter in their interviews a lot many times. And that's okay. That can happen. People also know that they are just doing their job. But imagine अभी तुम सेल्स मैनेजर की बात कर रहे हैं जिसके पास 3-5 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है. नाउ स्क्रीनिंग तो आपको किसी भी जॉब प्रोफाइल के लिए करना पड़ सकता है फर्स्ट राउंड. Right? It can be for a director also. It can be for a sales head also. People who have 15 years of experience, 18 years of experience. So your confidence is the only thing which is going to take you to higher place, to a better place. So always work on your confidence along with your communication skills and practice, practice, practice. That's the only way of learning good communication. The more you will practice, the more confidence it will instill in you that yes, I am able to talk in front of 500 people, 200 people, 10 people easily. Because campus इंटरव्यू के लिए जाओगे तो आपको पहला प्रेजेंटेशन देना पड़ेगा कैंपस में 50 बच्चों के सामने about your company. How will you give that? There is no question answers first. So campus interview के अंदर there is a board which is there. Either you are presenting to them about your company कि हमारी company ये functions करती है. This is the brand. This is the work we do. This is the job responsibility. How many of you are interested? वो 50 बच्चे जो रूम में बैठे होंगे उनमें से 5 चले जाएंगे कि only 40 is interested, 45 is interested to go ahead. And then we will talk more about your job responsibilities, salaries, culture, all those things. Then again few will leave the organization, to leave the room कि हमारे लिए नहीं है ये company, we are not looking into something. So then out of say 30, 35, then you will start them one-to-one round with them, screening immediately. So this is what are you going to do in campus. So what you will need in you is, one, your personality should look very confident always, all the time. Don't show your nervous. हमारे पेट में अभी भी नर्वसनेस आ जाती है किसी एकदम सीनियर बंदे से बात करना. अभी we hired somebody with 3 crore rupees package per annum. He's very senior, 25 years plus experience, and he was a scientist. And इतने सारा तो उनकी मैगजीन्स में नाम थे, सब कुछ था. So I was feeling little jittery कि मुझे इस टॉपिक के बारे में का पता नहीं है. So I did my research really well. Then I started talking to him. And the conversation जो हमने prepare किया था 15 मिनट का, it lasted for good 50-55 minutes. The first conversation. So he was so interested to talk. I wanted to learn so many things. So this is how you get to know different stream, this different things altogether. Talking to a scientist for the first time for an hour is like मजा आ गया था. So that is the kind of feeling you get. चाहे पेट में, I'm telling you, there was butterflies. I was very nervous if I'm going to ask anything wrong in the technical thing. I told him that I'm not the technical person, more of an HR background, so he understood that really well. This is how you have to, prepare your entire thing. जिसको कहते हैं ना, हम घर में प्लेटर बनाते हैं तो सब चीजें एक प्लेटर में डाल देते हैं. वेज प्लेटर है या नॉन वेज प्लेटर है, तो वो सब चीजें डालना है. सो इस प्लेटर के अंदर है योर कॉन्फिडेंस, योर पर्सनालिटी, योर कम्युनिकेशन and the knowledge that you have. So researching about the company is very important. That what company you have, knowing about your product and services is wonderful to know. Then that's when you can do that. अब जरूरी नहीं है ना कि किसी कंपनी में जॉब मिल जाए पहले ही. डेटा मैनेजर की जॉब तो कंसल्टिंग फर्म में भी मिल सकती है, समथिंग लाइक व्हाट वी डू. एंड लाइक इन प्रीवियस क्लासेस, आई मीन प्रीवियस बैचेस, हर एक बैच से एक बच्चा उठाया है मैंने अपनी कंपनी के लिए, फॉर एटलीस्ट फॉर इंटर्नशिप, इफ नॉट फॉर द मैनेजरशिप. So then you have to prepare, get to know. अब हमारी कंपनी में क्या है, कंसल्टिंग फर्म है, 50 नई कंपनीज के साथ काम करना पड़ेगा, नॉट जस्ट वन फर्म. सो उन 50 के बैकग्राउंड के बारे में पता करना, उनके प्रोडक्ट सर्विसेज के बारे में मालूम करना, एवरीथिंग यू हैव टू नो. एंड दैट्स व्हेन यू कैन डू द स्क्रीनिंग रिव्यू. So that is the thing. And why we are going into these details today? Because as I told you yesterday, that this week is all about practical learning. I am going to give you very important live positions this week. And once you bring the CVs, resumes, you are the ones who are going to talk to them. I am not going to talk to them. None of my team members will talk to them. You all are going to talk to these people directly. You will finalize the right person who will fit for the organization. So that's the live thing you have to do with us. Within 10-15 days, we will try and give you complete thing about how to do sourcing, hiring, selection, and final interviews. Okay. So this is the हमारा screening वाला part आज का. Right now, after screening, what comes?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, there was a question. Like I asked a question to Vanshika that whether she'll give more importance to the caring part of or money part. So suppose firstly she'll start with how important caring is, but again she has to come to that point that okay, money is also important. So what kind of answer, like as an HR, I am expecting, I am allowed to expect, like how should she answer?
Allowed to expect anything. बहुत सारे lame questions भी आएंगे, lame बच्चे भी आएंगे आपके सामने, right? 15-15 साल के लोग भी आके रोएंगे, ऐसा भी हो जाता है इंटरव्यू में कि प्लीज आई नीड दिस जॉब एंड दे क्राई आउट, रियली क्राई आउट. So that's the kind of situation we have created in our India. That is going to happen. So very weird things will also happen. So be prepared. As an HR, you should be always prepared, and you should sound human to other person. That's very important. That you are comforting. So all these values that you're checking in other person, you should be doing that. So your respect, caring, concern about their emotions, all these things is very important part of our skills, our job. That is very important. Now, knowing the right answer, there is again, there is no specific right answers to all these questions. But you can just get to know that this is the person is saying the truth with integrity, and then this person is really interested to work with you. This is what your intuitions can actually tell you. The more people you interview, the more chances that your intuition will improve. Your gut feeling will improve that, okay, this is the right person. This person is actually telling the truth. Mind is very complex to learn. It's very difficult unless you are from psychology background, and you are putting those psychology things into the HR field, which is very less. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि हम HR सारी की सारी hiring 100% एकदम बढ़िया तरीके से करते हैं. It doesn't happen. 60-70% अच्छी होती है, 30% गलत होने के चांसेस होते ही हैं. Some people prepare so well. वो अपना इंटरव्यू के लिए सब कुछ अच्छे से याद करके आते हैं, सब कुछ रटा रटाया. They speak so well, they do everything so well, but the moment they are in organization, within 3 months you get to know कि they don't know anything. वो organization में आके पता चलता है. And that is the reason every organization takes 3 to 6 months time as a probation period for every employee to join. तो इस 3 से 6 महीने का जो भी जिस भी कंपनी का रूल के हिसाब से होगा, so in 3 months में या 6 months में they will see कि whether this person, whatever he or she has written in interview or had spoken in interview, are this person capable of actually doing it also. नहीं होता है, so then in 6 months you can easily let that person go. उसमें इतना ज्यादा कंपनी के ऊपर लीगली कोई इफेक्ट नहीं है. कॉस्ट तो लग चुकी है, उसमें कुछ नहीं हो सकता, बट लीगली कंपनी के ऊपर कोई इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ता है इफ यू आर लेटिंग द पर्सन गो इन 6 months probation period. So that's the reason why companies do that. Now coming to this, that questions कैसे हम कर सकते हैं. तो see, caring nature होना या किसी के लिए concern करना is very important part of the job. So you can always tell that when I'll be going out talking to my clients and my team members, I will always display caring, care or concern for everybody. But that doesn't mean that I don't want good money for myself, because I'm putting across my time, my service, and my every knowledge in every area of whatever I know. I'm giving it to the organization for these many years. So I think that I really deserve, I am worthy of this much of money, and that's why I'm asking. Simple. So you have to justify. You don't have to justify it as such, but you have to tell them the reason why you're looking for both the things. And why not? You can do both the things. Care भी कर सकते हो, respect भी कर सकते हो, professionalism भी दिखा सकते हो, trust भी दिखा सकते हो, and still you can earn money. There is no choice.
Okay, ma'am, I had a question too.
Yeah.
Can we initiate jam sessions in initial interview rounds, because it seems so intense to the candidates? So is it okay to ask them to jam
Freshers
sessions?
के लिए yes you can do. Preferably seniors के लिए it's not good to have these kind of things in the first round. When they come meet you in face to face, then you can tell them that we generally do different exercise to check your communication, and that exercise can be one of the exercise can be to jam session. Right. And then you can give them a written test also, and then take the final. Screening round, generally it's not advisable for experienced people. Pressure से लेकर 1-2 साल के experience तक yes you can do those jam.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Any other questions? So next topic that we have is how do we design recruitment strategies, which is like basically hiring strategies. Screening हमने कर लिया. Now how do we do that? Recruitment is happening in the right manner. कौन से channels are open for us? What kind of position we have? From where will I bring the talent? Right? Because ultimately, it's all about bringing the right talent in your organization. And how do we find that right talent? We find right talent from these areas. Let's start with the orange one, cold calling and resume mining. So resume mining is basically your own internal databases of the company. So over a period of time, every organization gets so many resumes and CVs and biodatas, right? They keep getting it and they keep saving it in their either in technology basis on their computers or hard disks or maybe on a file basis if there are hard copies. So the first thing, if you have a new position that you want to fill, is you go through the resume mining. अपने ही database में से you will see that what are the people can be available for the job. Okay, so that's for resume mining. Second, इसी के अंदर लिखा हुआ है cold calling. So cold calling is basically you have a database with you. You don't know whether this person is available or not. You do not have too much of information क्योंकि शायद 3 साल पुराना है, 2 साल पुराना database हो गया है. So what you will do is you will start cold calling these people. You have their numbers, you have their email IDs. So one is that you write them an email that we have this position available with our company, little bit of company profile. And then if you are really interested, we are looking forward to meet you or waiting for your application. Cold calling में क्या होता है? Then you have a number, you are calling them directly, finding out, briefing in the same manner that we have a position. If you are interested, this is the job description. Are you really looking forward for a job change? If the person says yes, then it's obviously good. If the person says no, you can still try to persuade that our environment is good, we are paying good salaries. Over a period of time, हमने ये चीजें किया है, कुछ achievement आप company के बताएंगे. So this is how you can change. So it's not just about taking a no in the first go. You can always convince somebody that our organization is really wonderfully well, and we can do wonders. ये हो गया cold calling and resume mining, right? Understood? Any questions on this? Next आता है फिर आपका networking events and job fairs. अब networking events क्या होते हैं? बहुत सारी बड़ी-बड़ी organization networking events organize कराती है. For example, almost all HR companies बड़े level पर जो हैं, जैसे इंडिया में है People Matters. They run a magazine also. It's a complete HR firm. They don't do consulting, hiring, and all those things, but they really conduct events only. So events for knowledge sharing. They invite a lot of HR managers or senior CHROs for various organizations. वो आके थोड़ा सा ज्ञान बांटते हैं, बाकी HRs join करते हैं. So this is how these events are being done. Now, how these events can turn into a job fair? You can always look forward that there are different kind of people out there. If you have positions you can fulfill by these people meeting and networking, then you can do that. So these kind of networking events happens almost everywhere. Real estate के अलग होते हैं, hospitality के अलग होते हैं, pharmaceutical companies के अलग होते हैं. So lot many networking events happens during the year. In larger major cities में सब जगह पे होते रहते हैं. The best part is if you are really interested to go for a job or you are a hiring manager, you really want to see that what kind of people are available, you go and participate in these events from your company side to get the ID card and everything. Generally, there is a very small fees that has to be paid depending upon event to event. कई companies के event 2 लाख रुपए की फीस भी मांगते हैं, कई company के event 5,000 रुपए भी मांगते हैं. So depends करता है कि क्या quality आ रही है, किस तरीके का event. So how much your company can spend, then they will send you to that. You go and talk to various people, give your cards, tell them that you have position, tell them about your company. So this is how you open up a new area of hiring. Generally, these networking events works for experienced people more. When you're looking for people who are experienced, 5, 10, 11, 15 years. So these are the people generally who goes to networking events. Now, job fairs जो होते हैं, they are for freshers mostly. So like I'm sure if you're aware, Naukri.com और ये सारी companies जो भी हैं, Monster and Shine and all those जितने भी job portals companies हैं, and now sometimes even LinkedIn also do that. So they conduct their own job fairs. So they conduct job fairs where they invite organizations to come and display their canopies. छोटे छोटे से canopies लगा के बैठ जाते हैं. हट टाइप वाले होते हैं ना, देख रहे हैं, बैनर्स लगा के और ये सब करके वहां पर उनको जगह दे देते हैं फेयर के अंदर. एंड देन दे इनवाइट कॉलेजेस आल्सो टू पार्टिसिपेट. कॉलेजेस अपने स्टूडेंट्स को भेज सकते हैं. कंपनीज ने वहां सबने स्टॉल लगा रखे होते हैं. जनरली 2 से 3 दिन का जॉब फेयर होता है. कैंडिडेट्स कम्स, दे ड्रॉप देयर रिज्यूमेस डायरेक्टली एट योर काउंटर इफ दे आर इंटरेस्टेड इन योर कंपनी. सो सपोज आपकी कंपनी का बैनर लगा हुआ है कि YSI का वो है, they will come कि okay, YSI is a good brand, let me try, talk to them. They will come and talk to the people who are sitting there, interchange होगा, and then they will drop their CVs to you. Right? So this is job fair. Some companies go to the extent कि वहीं पर ही screening भी कर देती है पहली बार. So they go to that extent. उनको कुछ अच्छे लगते हैं सीरीज, immediately do the screening. अपने सारे HR टीम के साथ जाते हैं वहाँ पर. तो जनरली BPO इंडस्ट्री में बहुत होता था, फार्मास्यूटिकल और BPO इंडस्ट्रीज में ये होता है, बिकॉज BPO और फार्मा इंडस्ट्रीज के अंदर बहुत सारे कैंडिडेट्स आपको चाहिए होता है एक टाइम पे. अप्रोक्सीमेटली 200 लोग एक बार में चाहिए, 300 लोग चाहिए. सो एवरी टाइम व्हेन यू आर डूइंग दिस रिक्रूटमेंट ड्राइव, जॉब फेयर्स, सो यू जनरली प्रेफर कि आप अपनी पूरी HR टीम के साथ जाओ. जैसे आई वाज डायरेक्टर इंटरनेशनल फॉर वन ऑफ द BPOs, वेरी लार्ज BPOs इन गुड़गांव. सो हमने जब फर्स्ट ड्राइव किया था इस तरीके का, we had a team of 33 recruiters. उन सारे के सारों में से 20 को लेकर गए थे कि वो 20 वहां बैठ के इमीडिएटली स्क्रीनिंग करते थे. So then these people would be able to quickly screen, find out कौन अच्छा suitable है, उसको फिर टाइम दे दिया कि ऑफिस में आके मिल जाए. So that's how you do. Right? So job fairs are quick, easy, and freshers के साथ आप इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हो. फ्रेशर्स से लेकर 1-2 years तक एक्सपीरियंस लोगों को कर सकते हैं. कुछ चांसेस हो जाते हैं कि यहाँ पर सीनियर लोग भी आ जाते हैं. सीनियर मतलब थोड़े बहुत एक्सपीरियंस, 3-5 साल तक के एक्सपीरियंस. Then आता है next, job boards and career sites. So job boards, you know that we are talking about job portals and all. जितने भी अब तो बहुत सारे हो गए हैं, not just Naukri, Monster, Shine. Indeed is a free, IBM is free. There are so many which are free. Where you can, as an HR, you can post your job for the free, and then people will do that. So वो भी कर सकते हैं. And there are many such sites which have opened up now. तो जॉब बोर्ड पे क्या करना है, सिमिलर थिंग जैसे अभी हमने एक्सरसाइज की है कि हम जॉब पोस्टिंग बना लेते हैं. जनरली मोस्ट ऑफ द जॉब बोर्ड्स डू नॉट अलाउ कलरफुल थिंग्स. उनका अपना फॉर्मेट होता है जिसके अंदर आपने फिल करना है. दे विल से कि टाइटल क्या है पोजीशन का, सो लाइक यू सेड सेल्स मैनेजर. क्वालिफिकेशंस क्या चाहिए, MBA इन सेल्स, फलाना फलाना जो भी है. फिर वो पूछेंगे स्किल्स क्या चाहिए, देन यू राइट स्किल्स. Then they will ask for job responsibilities, you write job responsibility. They will ask for salary range कि कितने से कितने सैलरी के बीच में आ सकता है. तो जनरली एनुअल सैलरी पूछते हैं. सपोज 50,000 सैलरी की बात कर रहे हैं, सो अराउंड 6 lakhs per annum. So 6 lakhs per annum to 8 lakhs per annum, you are looking for sales manager. This is how you fill it. उससे होता है फिर आप अपना ईमेल आईडी उसमें डाल देते हैं, सो डायरेक्टली आपकी ईमेल पर रिज्यूमेज आने शुरू हो जाते हैं. So that's easy. Career sites are now like there are a lot of organizations who have started their career sites. For example, what few, I think every organization जिसकी website अच्छी बनी होगी, they would be having a career section in that. किसी की भी आप वेबसाइट खोल के देखोगे. So let's take an example. I'll just show it to you. आता है टाटा मोटर्स का वेबसाइट, राइट? सर्च ऑन tatamotors.com, इट केम। तो ना इसके अंदर क्या क्या चीजें हैं, अबाउट अस मतलब कंपनी प्रोफाइल, प्रोडक्ट्स क्या करते हैं, मार्केट क्या है उनका, CSR एक्टिविटीज में क्या क्या पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, कौन इन्वेस्टर्स हैं उनके, मीडिया मतलब कहाँ के न्यूज़पेपर में उनके बारे में आया है, ब्लॉग्स में क्या लिखा हुआ है उनके, क्या क्या करियर सेक्शन। तो करियर सेक्शंस में अगर हम जाते हैं so this is what they call it, wheels of opportunity. You can see what open positions they have. So this you can see search job and registration sign up. So you can search job की अगर आपको सेल्स की जॉब से रिलेटेड कुछ चाहिए कि इनकी वेबसाइट पे अभी इस टाइम पे कोई पोजीशन ओपन है या नहीं है सेल्स से रिलेटेड. Then user registration sign up is basically that if you are interested to drop your CV, so you can do that. You can just register yourself that you are interested to work with Tata Motors. You can then drop your CV. इसमें option आता है कि attach कर सकते हैं आप CV. You can do that. So your resume will then directly land to the Tata Motors HR department. They will find you suitable. They will call you for screening or they will invite you for the interview. So majority of the organizations have these career sections in their websites, and that's how you can easily reach them directly. So इसके बीच में आपको नौकरी पोर्टल्स या ये सब पोर्टल्स की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. It is basically a direct interaction between you and the organization. And many people get good jobs because they try to do these things directly. Career section. You want to take a break for 5 minutes, then join back. Take a break, not more, 5-6 minutes, and then come back.
Okay, ma'am.
7:25 sharp. Okay, let's begin. So where were we? We were talking about career sites, right? So understood career sites is well understood, right? Now that every good organization will have their career sites and then you can really apply for job there. Then next आता है आपका जो बीच में है एकदम market research, जिसके बारे में हम पहली क्लास से ही बात कर रहे हैं. That your market research as an HR has to be very uptight. This word in English means, uptight means that you need to be in control of everything that you need to know. Very importantly. Like for example, starting with competitors salary brackets कि क्या दे रहा है industry में. Because एक industry में आपके 10-12 competitors हो सकते हैं अलग-अलग companies. Now what your competitors are paying, उनका salary range exact पता करना मुश्किल हो जाता है, but at least range you will get. कि अगर आप sales manager को 50-60 हजार रुपए दे रहे हो, which companies your competitors are paying how much? So that will give you an idea that whether you need to increase your salary a little bit if you really want to bring in the right talent for you. Because ultimately, what motivates every people, every good employee is that a little bit of money. And हमारा घर का अच्छा बन जाए, all those things is really important for them. And then research about what best practices they have in their company. Best practices in the sense that other than salary, what are the things that they are giving? What kind of revenue? What kind of incentives? What kind of rewards and recognitions? What kind of other facilities and benefits? So all these things is very important for HR to research about. And then keep your mind open. Your research should always be open that what are the new areas from where you can actually get these candidates. Good people. अब जरूरी नहीं है कि सबने नौकरी के ऊपर अपना जॉब बना रखा हो, right? There are chances that some people might not be, because नौकरी पे या किसी भी जॉब पोर्टल पे वही लोग अपना बनाएंगे प्रोफाइल जिनको जॉब चाहिए, जो जॉब ढूंढ रहे हैं एक्टिवली. Suppose if somebody like me is there, right? I am not there on any job portal. और होगा भी तो 10 साल पुराना कोई CV रखा होगा जो हटाया नहीं होगा. So that would only be there because we are not looking for job. But if somebody is really looking for this skill that I have, so what will they do? They will try and search for that skill and they will see कि कौन-कौन से लोगों के अंदर वो skill है. अब उस skill पे उन्होंने search किया, LinkedIn पे easily मिल जाता है आपका नाम नंबर, मिल गया आपको नाम नंबर. Now then you will start approaching these people that, okay, fine, we have a position. We know that you're not looking for a job, but we are very interested to have you on board. Something like that. So, their package, the way they will dress it up so well that you will not be able to say no. That's how many people end up getting into a role of consultant or advisor or something. If they don't want to do full-time job, at least advisor or consultant बन जाते हैं. So this is how your market research should be कि अगर कोई बंदा open नहीं भी है job करने के लिए, how you are convincing that person to come and try the job. And then आता है competitive intelligence. So competitive intelligence is something that we have already spoken about. So knowledge about what your competitors are doing. What best practices are there or not there in industry at all. आपकी industry में है ही नहीं, वो किसी और industry में है. ऐसा कुछ होता है. So why not bring those best practices in your organization? Best practices can be anything. कई companies होती हैं director level पे cars दे देती हैं. Shopper driven cars, मतलब driver भी है, car भी देती company ने, बच्चों के लिए education दे दिया, holidays दे दिए, so anything. It's all about creating a package which a person would not be able to say no to, making it so attractive for that person, and finding out what can motivate this person. So now Tripti's motivation and Vanchika's motivation and Gavita's motivation would be different. Tripti might say that, okay, fine, initially आप मुझे पैसे ज़्यादा नहीं दे रहे हो, but at least give me a good work environment, give me respect, give me a good challenging job role. Vanchika might say I'm more interested in good money. All right, that environment थोड़ा बहुत चलेगा इस तरीके से. I am अच्छा वाला niche. खराब environment भी है, then also I'll be able to work because she knows about herself. Then I'm okay to work in such environment also. Now Garvita will have a different motivation altogether, something different from other people. Right? So HR's job is to find out what exactly motivates everybody. and then give them that kind of an offer that they cannot refuse. Generally, ये सब चीजें तब काम आती है जब आप सीनियर लेवल मिडिल लेवल पे हायरिंग कर रहे होते हैं। तो जूनियर लेवल पर इतने ज्यादा इस चीज की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है, बिकॉज from the time we graduate or we post graduate till 2-3 years of experience, everybody's motivation is कि थोड़ा पैसा कमा ले पर learning मिल जाए, practical exposure मिल जाए in any organization. So that is really important. So this is how it happens. Then आता है आपका diversity recruiting and campus recruiting. So campus recruitment we have already spoken, right? I have already told you कैसे करते हैं campuses में, colleges में invite भेजते हैं. Generally colleges भी HRs को अच्छी कंपनी के सबको invite भेज देते हैं कि आप आ जाए हमारे यहाँ से वो कर लें. So this is all it happens. Now diversity recruitment क्या होता है? What do you understand by diversity? Let me ask you this question. मुझे चुपचाप बैठे हुए लोग कुछ बात ही नहीं कर रहे. So what do you understand by this term diversity? English word है. Normally क्या सोचते हो?
Maybe it can be like diversity in perspective of different locations.
Diversity can be locations also, yes. Diversity as a word का क्या meaning है?
Difference, ma'am.
Difference. और जब हम recruitment के साथ इसको जोड़ रहे हैं, so then what does it mean?
Maybe
Show.
maybe ma'am ki from different, as Prerna said, different locations, also different backgrounds, maybe different cultures from north, south, like that,
Yeah, very true.
to bring in more cultures and all that. So
Or maybe diversity in terms of profiles, like if you're hiring for multiple profiles.
Correct. So it can be anything. So diversity means that you're bringing in totally different kind of things altogether. You are open to hire from anywhere. There is no boundaries at all. Your company is an equal opportunity employment, which doesn't differentiate कि कौन सी caste का है, कौन सी creed, कौन सा gender, male है, female है, other है, disabled है, नहीं है. So anywhere you can do that. Most organizations write it in their policies that we are equal opportunity employers, but then they don't provide that facilities in their companies. Facilities in the sense that, for example, now you have to hire from a disabled background. Somebody who has disability. हाथ नहीं है, आंखें नहीं है, कान में सुनाई कम देता है, deaf है, कुछ भी, जो भी disability है उसकी. But you have to hire somebody from that because आप CSR के according जब company की social responsibility वाला section होता है, CSR कहते हैं उसको, so corporate social responsibility के अंदर लोग बहुत सारी NGOs के साथ जुड़ जाते हैं, and they start doing these things कि हम diversity hiring करेंगे. So now diversity hiring में you have to hire some people who are disabled. What will you ensure कि आपकी company में क्या होना चाहिए?
Proper environment for them to cope up. Basically, if the person is belongs to a different, it belongs to a third gender, then proper washroom facility should be there. If it he or she is physically disabled, then the structure in terms of wheelchair can come in and come out. Lift should be there. So in that perspective, everything should be there. If we are hiring somebody who's blind or who can't hear, who's deaf, so the proper infrastructure should be provided. So everything should be there so that we can hire that particular candidate and he or she can work with their full capacity.
Absolutely, very well said, right? So it's basically creating the complete infrastructure. Your premises should be ready to have them, welcome them, and then environment, the culture. That people should not be bullying somebody. Suppose somebody is not able to see, so you will start calling him andha or blind. The company culture would be like that. This is what the society has taught. But I feel that when more disability is of the people who is blind from their mind, their brain, who doesn't differentiate that everybody has a right to earn their living in a very dignified manner. And that is the reason why most organizations are open now to diversity and inclusion hiring. Diversity means कि किसी भी background से आप hire करने के लिए ready हैं, and inclusion means that you are inviting, that you are open to embrace them in the organization, that they are welcome. They don't feel that they are outsiders. So your atmosphere, your environment, your people, your teams, your infrastructure, everything is as per required. And it's not just about disabled, like Prerna said, for LGBTQ also. So the other genders, abhi hamare I always talk about this thing, this example, because I work very closely with these two areas, for disabled people also and for LGBTQ also. So there are, how come somebody is a gay or a lesbian has anything to do with their job? It has nothing to do with, right? So how can you differentiate that if you are a gay, we will not hire you, or you are a lesbian, we will not hire you in the organization? It has nothing. Your sexual orientation has nothing to do with, right? We don't ask any male or a female कि आपके कितने affairs हैं, आपकी कितनी wives रह चुके हैं, कितने husbands रह चुके हैं. We don't ask these questions, right? While we are interviewing them. So why should we ask somebody else about that if they are transgenders or if they are from other part of LGBTQ? So the whole purpose of diversity recruitment is basically only this, that we are hiring for the right skill and qualification. If you have right skill and qualification, you are more than welcome in the organization. Other than that, nothing else matters. Not even your caste, not even creed. Now, example of देखो पूरे देश में क्या हो रखा है अभी, हिंदू मुस्लिम ब्राह्मण और ये सब चीजें चलती जाती है हमारे बीच में, right? Why such things are happening? Because of it is politicized, right? Political parties इस चीज को बहुत ज्यादा वो करना चाहती है. Now we as people have been living in close proximity. हमारे आस पड़ोस में मुस्लिम भी रह रहे होंगे, सिख भी रह रहे होंगे, क्रिश्चियंस भी रह रहे होंगे, एंड हमारा घर उनके सबके साथ आना जाना भी होगा. We must be going, we must be playing, our kids would be playing, सब कुछ हो रहा होगा एक साथ, and there is no hindrances. But the moment it is politicized, it goes to organizations level also. Now people ask this question, you'll be amazed that people have started asking this question whether you are a BJP follower or you are not a BJP follower. If you are, then we will hire you. If you're not, then we will not hire you. So imagine what stupidity, the level of stupidity has gone to that extent because of political things. So political government का role बहुत play करते हैं organizations के अंदर. I know a very senior HR person, very very senior, and he is like pro BJP. मोदी जी के लिए कुछ भी गलत नहीं बोल सकता उनके सामने, right? And we used to fight because I am not really into any parties. So चाहे मोदी हो चाहे कांग्रेस, I was never into that. So I always highlight what is going wrong with any party for India. अच्छा जो कर रहे ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. We praise also कि अच्छा चल रहा है. But if somebody is going wrong, and that is going wrong for not just organization, for normal human being, it is basically wrong. So you have to speak that out. So we fight about this, but he has ensured कि उनकी कंपनी में जो भी बंदा आएगा, any hiring that will happen, that person has to like Modi ji, and that's only when he will hire this person. So the diversity hiring में ये सब चीजें matter नहीं करना चाहिए. Your political connections, your your Brahmins or your not Brahmins, you're Muslim or you're non-Muslim, anything should not be. If you have the right skill, good qualifications, you fit into the environment of the organization, you're more than welcome to perform. And that is the reason why most of the organizations in India is going through huge crisis of good skills. Purely because of our mindset. क्योंकि हम जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं, हम वही लर्न करते हैं, और चाहे हम कितने भी अच्छे HR बन जाए, कितने भी बन जाए, कहीं ना कहीं हमारा माइंडसेट बायसेस में आ जाता है चीजें. So first thing is to train yourself against all these biases. We will come to the biases also, because HR और bias जितने भी होते हैं उनका बहुत गहरा लिंक है. The more biases you have, the worst HR you will be ever. So if you have to become a good HR, सारे prejudices, judgments और biases को एकदम दबा दे के बाहर walk करना सीखना पड़ता है. Not just in terms of hiring, promotions के time पे भी, performance appraisals के time पे भी, dealing के time पर भी. Because जब आपके पास कोई labor आ गया जो बिल्कुल शेड्यूल कास्ट है, मतलब ऐसे किसी कास्ट का है जिसके साथ आप नॉर्मली बात नहीं करते हो, घर में बना है कि उससे बात नहीं करना. But as an HR, now it's your responsibility to manage that person. So will you say, no, I will not talk to this person. This person will not come into my cabin and will not talk to me. Will it work? It doesn't work that way. अब ना imagine हमारे घर में अभी भी होता होगा आसपास कहीं पर, I'm not sure if in your home, but in general it does happen कि जो टॉयलेट साफ करने वाले होते थे या जो कूड़ा उठाने वाले होते थे उनको हम अपने घर में ग्लास अपना पानी का या चाय का अलग ही रखते थे हमेशा. I asked my father once कि why do we do that? He said because they keep going to different houses और उनके हाथ खराब होते हैं. I said so what? हम लोग भी तो कितनी अलग अलग जगह जाते हैं और हमारे हाथ भी कितनी बार खराब होते हैं. So why the differentiation between them? And trust me, in my home, it is never there. Never. It from very start. And my home, matlab after marriage. Right? So we don't practice it. Neither me nor my husband nor my kids. This is the way you have to live life. That once you learn that these biases are actually creating the gap in our lives, it's best to leave them away. अब किसी जो हमारे यहाँ जो आदत है टॉयलेट साफ करने वाला उसके बच्चे ने आईएएस क्लियर कर दिया. फर्स्ट वो यूपी से था और सबसे मतलब इतनी अच्छी बात की सबको मिठाई बांटी. कुछ लोगों ने मिठाई खाने से भी मना कर दिया. मतलब दैट थिंग वाज टोटली डिसहार्टनिंग टू सी. बट इमेजिन कि उसका स्किल सेट में कोई कमी नहीं थी. This person got an opportunity and he cleared IAS examination, which is very difficult for a normal person to also clear. So your skills, your metrics, and your qualification should be the only thing for diversity recruitment in the organization. Background doesn't matter. In background also we can check कि qualification जो उसने लिखा है resume में वो ठीक लिखा है या नहीं. Experiences जो लिखे हैं वो सही लिखे हैं कि नहीं लिखे हैं. For companies के अंदर काम किया है या नहीं. So we do background checks like that. Also background checks can be done on the financial status of the person कि बहुत ज़्यादा लोन तो नहीं लिए हुए हैं, लोन चुका भी रहा है टाइम से या नहीं चुका रहा है. So ये सब चीजें कंपनी जरूर चेक करती है so that they don't get into the liabilities. That's all. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. So when we will talk about the diversity and inclusion chapter, this will again come up, all these things that we have just spoken about. Then आता है आपका green वाला portion, which is called promotion, professional networks and social networks. So now professional networks are like LinkedIn. It's called professional networking site. So it's very important for everyone to have their LinkedIn profile. You all have your LinkedIn profile ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
अपूर्वा का नहीं है.
No, ma'am.
क्यों नहीं है? The moment you are in graduation, first thing you put is your LinkedIn profile and neat, nicely. Proper अच्छी display picture. Display picture is professional pictures, not really something where you are traveling or you're learning or all that because you are applying for the job through that. Facebook वाली picture यहाँ नहीं चलती. This is the thing. Then you have, unless your role is like that. So for example, now you're a creative person. You're a dancer. You're looking for more jobs in dancing, or you are a photographer. You want to really go for a job to the photography wala system. So then you can always put your creative work in your display picture. But if you're a professional, you're looking for corporate job, it's always better to have a good अच्छा सा photograph where you are being displayed nicely. And then cover photo, very important. It can be a thought, it can be for your institute, it can be anything that you believe in. So your cover photo should be there. Then about section. What are you writing in your about section? Because somebody who is looking for searches, LinkedIn search में हम search करते हैं candidate के लिए, so they might read your about section also, that what exactly Apurva is all about. Who is she? What does she do? What Prerna is actually doing in the organization, I need to know. So your about section is basically your cover story. That what's your qualification and all in a nutshell that you're writing. And then there is a provision of writing a title also. So your title is basically what you want to do in life or what you are doing currently. For example, if you are a recruiter, you will write, I'm a recruitment specialist. If you're looking for opportunities, so you will write that I'm open to work in these areas, 2-3 areas. So your title can change. There are chances, there is an availability that you can change these things over a period of time. और अच्छा भी होता है. Every 30-45 days, you should make some changes in your profile. उससे वो highlights में आ जाता है. Okay. So research, जब भी कोई search करेगा, so there are chances that your profile will come in those searches. related to the keywords that you have put. HR में job ढूंढ रहे हो तो HR लिखो बार बार 2-3 जगह, recruitment, HR, other skills that we are learning, and follow each other. Right? You are 6-7 students in this batch. At least follow me. That's follow faculties, follow each other, so that you get to know. Your connections start building from here. Abhi, you don't know anybody in corporate. Neeraj sir might be having good connections because he also worked in corporates and now he started by his side. So he's in touch with so many people. Hardik sir will be having different kind of things. I will be having a totally different kind of a network. So these 3 networks are open to you. फिर आप लोगों का आपस का नेटवर्क, 200 लोगों 250 लोगों आपस में एक दूसरे को देख सकते होंगे, तो क्या पोस्ट कर रहे हो, कोई जॉब ओपनिंग आ रही है नहीं आ रही है, so all these things will be open for you. क्या क्या आपका प्रोफेशनल नेटवर्क, हैविंग अ गुड प्रोफाइल एंड देन जॉब सर्च थ्रू प्रोफेशनल नेटवर्क्स. देन आता है सोशल नेटवर्क्स. सोशल नेटवर्क्स कैन बी एनीथिंग एल्स इन सोशल मीडिया. You can hire through Instagram also, you can hire through Facebook also, you can hire through Twitter also, totally depending upon कौन सी पोजीशन ढूंढ रहे हैं और कौन से ग्रुप के बात है. It's always advisable. हाँ जी.
Ma'am, so the like you said the recruitment can be from social networks. So will it be, suppose I have to hire through Instagram, so will I do it by my personal ID or by company's ID?
Mostly company's ID. Company has their ID. जैसा भी आपने जॉब पोस्टिंग का एडवर्टाइजमेंट बनाया था, तो उसमें छोटा सा बना के then you can post it out there. You can write your email and then people start. Many HRs use their personal IDs also. That's not really a problem because आपका personal ID फिर कंपनी के ID से लिंक ही हो जाता है. You can always write that I am working in this organization in your about section. So then people treat you like that. So totally depending upon person to person. Then आता है next आपका referral programs and alumni programs. So referral programs are inside the organization when you're already working in a company, not just as an HR, any other employee, किसी भी role में. So then these people have already seen the company, have worked in the company, they know the company really well. And they become kind of a brand ambassador for the organization. They know in and out, they know all the good things and bad things about the company. So these people can actually refer some more people, their friends, their family members, somebody they know. And then this referral program, then you, in exchange of they bring in somebody, you can give them some rewards. It can be monetary rewards, it can be non-monetary rewards. So that's another way of recruitment, and it's a very, very successful method. Google is one of the company जिसने अपना एक वो मुकाम हासिल कर लिया था. They achieved that kind of a stage where they were hiring almost 80% through referrals only. Somebody is telling somebody, कोई किसी और को बुला रहा है, कोई किसी को बुला रहा है. So this is how. And the best part is आपको ये recruitment में ये सब कंपनी के बारे में बताना ही नहीं पड़ता है ज़्यादा, because they already know. So somebody has already told them. So half of your job of HR is done by an employee who's working with you. We used to call them, जब हम एक कंपनी के लिए पैकेज बना रहे थे इसको, तो उनको ब्रांड एम्बेसडर्स का नाम दे दिया था. So these are the 3 brand ambassadors जो सबसे ज्यादा रेफरल्स लेकर आते हैं. So instead of hiring Shah Rukh Khan to promote your company, better is to have an employee who is promoting your company more, because that person knows in and out about your organization. Right? Then आता है alumni program. Again, referral programs में the rewards and recognition वाला portion है, you can actually go creative here. There is no limit. Many organizations are open to ideas कि 15,000 रुपए एक पोजीशन का दे दिया, या बंदे को 2-3 महीने में एक बार छुट्टियों के लिए दे दिया, बैंकॉक पैकेज दे दिया, सिंगापुर पैकेज दे दिया, whatever. So total depending upon what kind of people. So suppose किसी ने हेल्प करी है 2 करोड़ रुपए की पोजीशन वाले किसी अच्छे एम्प्लॉय को लेकर आने के लिए, so 2 करोड़ पैकेज पे कोई डायरेक्टर या एवीपी या वीपी कोई काम कर रहा है, उसको लेकर आया है. तो उसको फिर रेफरल भी उसी हिसाब से मिलेगा, रेफरल बोनस, क्योंकि 2 करोड़ का पैकेज है, जनरली उसका कुछ परसेंटेज देते हैं. So instead of giving monetary reward entirely, you can give some monetary reward and then you can send that person for vacations, या कुछ गिफ्ट कर दिया, या किसी मेंबरशिप क्लब की मेंबरशिप गिफ्ट कर दी. So anything what comes to your mind, you can get creative with rewards and recognition on referral programs. फिर आते हैं alumni programs. So alumni programs basically there are 2 ways of alumni programs. So one alumni program is people who have already left your organization and they were part of your organization. So we call them alumni. जैसे कॉलेजेस में कहते हैं कि जो हमारे पुराने स्टूडेंट्स थे उनको एलुमनाई कहना शुरू कर देते हैं, ऐसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में होता है. तो आपके पुराने एम्प्लॉयज जो अच्छे से छोड़ के गए हैं, maybe for growth, maybe for education, maybe some women who left for maternity or marriage. So now you can always touch base. उनका skill set अच्छा था, काम भी अच्छा करते हैं, so why not to bring them in the organization? So that's how your alumni programs in the company can work. Another part of alumni programs basically when you are जैसे कैंपस के लिए जाते हैं, you know, for organizations. So for example, अब आप YSI के students बन गए, all of you, and you join some organization tomorrow. So let's take an example कि प्रेरणा already एक company में काम कर रही है. Actually, she is the right example for alumni also. So जिस company में प्रेरणा काम कर रही है, वहाँ पर हमारा YSI का एक student place था, HR department. She left, and she was very good friends with Prerna. And she is the one who told Prerna that this is the course by Saika and she can actually do this course and all that. So this is how your alumni program works. That as an old student of an institute, जो भी आपका institute है, आप company में काम कर रहे हो, you will try and bring more students from your institute who are working somewhere else, not freshers only. You getting it? So this is how both things work together. So one is company-based alumni and another is institute-based alumni. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, this is the extension of the same slide कि हम कैसे काम करते हैं sourcing में. So we access our network. Then we validate resumes, whether we are getting right quality of resumes or not. Then we present candidates for interview, or we see that, you know, whether their things are actually matching the profile or not, and then we speak to the candidates. तो बीच में आपको दिख रहा है कि ये कंप्यूटर वाला वो है, वो बेसिकली टॉकिंग अबाउट कि आइडेंटिफाई टॉप कीवर्ड्स कैसे कर लेता है ATS. सो ATS इज बेसिकली जो कल हम बात कर रहे थे, इट्स कॉल्ड एप्लीकेशन ट्रैकर डिवाइस और एप्लीकेशन ट्रैकर सिस्टम. सो एप्लीकेशन ट्रैकर सिस्टम मतलब 50 रिज्यूमेज आए, ATS में गए, ATS ने कीवर्ड्स मैच किया जॉब पोजीशन से और आपको अच्छे वाले 10 निकाल के या 12 निकाल के. This is how sourcing and recruitment differs from each other. इसको हम कहते हैं funnel. With the design of it also जो funnel की तरह लगता है. हमें क्या क्या करना है sourcing के अंदर, that you have to do awareness should be there. लोगों के अंदर awareness बताना है that you're looking for position. The more you are able to create a brand, the more you will be able to display it in various places. फिर interest जगाना है किसी का. Suppose somebody is not interested. How will you make sure that the person becomes interested in your job? Then consideration. ये अलग stage आ जाती है कि interest के बाद that person is considering your offer or considering your company for the job. Then उसका intent आ जाता है. That means उसने यहाँ apply कर दिया है, resume आपके तक पहुँच गया है. फिर evaluation वाला part आ जाता है, which is recruitment. That you are screening, you are taking various round of interviews, tests, whatever is there. And then purchase in the end means that you are offering that person a job. So this is how recruitment funnel works. So why it is in a funnel shape is जब awareness कर रहे होते हो तो आप millions के लोगों को कर रहे होते हो, right? Suppose आपने LinkedIn पे एक job post करी, it has reached to 2 lakhs people, 20 lakhs people. It has that ability. Interest level तक आते आते 2 लाख 20 लाख लोगों में से 2-3 लाख लोगों का इंटरेस्ट बढ़ेगा. कंसिडरेशन लेवल पर आते आते और कम हो जाएंगे, हजारों में पहुंच जाएंगे. इंटेंट लेवल तक आते आते और कम हो जाएंगे. इवैल्यूएशन के लिए हो सकता है मुश्किल से 10, 20, 30, 50 ऐसे ही सीरीज पहुंचे. और परचेज लेवल पे ऑब्वियसली इधर 1 or 2 ऑफर्स डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कितनी पोजीशंस हैं आपके पास. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स इन द फनल शेप दैट थिंग्स आर रिड्यूसिंग. टैलेंट सोर्स से हमने बात कर ही लिया उस वाले इसके हिसाब से. पहले जैसे दैट स्ट्रेटजी वाला थिंग दैट वी टॉक टू वेरियस प्लेसेस थ्रू व्हिच यू कैन हायर योर ओन डेटा बैंक, योर जॉब पोर्टल्स, एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स, social media. Passive candidates. Now passive candidates are people who are not directly looking for a job. Now it's up to your persuasion skill or how attractive you can make your company. They can become active in looking for jobs. Then professional networks and referral networks. क्या steps follow करने हैं? That you can see. Number one is sourcing candidates. You are proactively sourcing candidates. Don't sleep. कि हमने job post कर दिया तो उसी पर ही आएंगे. Your other active things should be always open कि हम research भी कर रहे हैं साथ साथ. Not just waiting for job posting आने के लिए कि resumes उसमें आएंगे, but otherwise also we are looking for various places जहाँ से employees को मिल सके. Then automated pre-screening. It's always important कि अगर आपकी company थोड़ी सी भी रिच है, अच्छी है, फंडिंग है, तो ATS जरूर लगवा दें. Most organization जो smaller organization है, they say no कि बहुत expensive होगा, कुछ होगा, but it's not really. One-time cost of having a good ATS system or software is not more than 20-25,000 rupees. Then manual pre-screening. So manual pre-screening is important because you want to check how value culturally कैसे वो suitable है. Step 2 में आगे हमने screen कर लिया candidates, फिर आपने evaluate करना शुरू किया, interviews, testing या whatever way you want to evaluate. For many senior people, we try and use critical incident method. जैसे केस स्टडीज होती हैं वो देखकर एक केस स्टडी दे दी कि आप कैसे इस केस स्टडी को सॉल्व करोगे, सो यू गेट टू नो कि किस तरीके से उसका मतलब ब्रेन कैन वर्क इन दिस एरिया, व्हाट स्किल्स दिस पर्सन कैन एक्चुअली पुट टू डिस्प्ले. फिर स्टेप 3 आ जाता है स्किल्स फॉर ईच पोजीशन, स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड रिज्यूमे सबमिशन फॉर्मेट. देन 4th आ जाता है आपको ऑनबोर्डिंग प्रोसेस कि आपने बंदे को हायर कर लिया है, यू पुट एन ऑफर, he or she is ready to join your organization. ऑफबोर्डिंग प्रोसेस चल रहा है. ऑफबोर्डिंग मतलब जिस कंपनी में काम कर रहे हैं वहां पर क्या क्या चीजें चल रही है, नोटिस पीरियड, एग्जिट हो रहा है, रिलीज मिलेगा, व्हाट टाइम दे आर टेकिंग टू ज्वाइन, एंड देन करियर एडवाइस और कस्टमाइज्ड क्लाइंट रिपोर्टिंग दे हैव, राइट, कि आपके यहाँ पर किसको रिपोर्टिंग करनी है, उससे कैसे मिल रहा है. और करियर एडवाइस मतलब दे कैन आस्क यू फॉर करियर पाथ इन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कि मैं आगे ग्रो कैसे करूंगा आपकी. Yes, Prerna.
Ma'am, like once we have done the interview and we are finding the candidate suitable for a profile, then sometimes we have to do background verification, right? So like how do we do it exactly?
So background verification, generally there are few agencies that you can hire, you know, similar to जैसे placement agencies होते हैं जिस तरीके से हम लोग काम करते हैं. There are a lot of companies who are doing this for you, background checks. Or if you want to do it yourself, then you have to take out the numbers. कौन-कौन सी कंपनीज में काम किया है, उनके HR के email IDs मिल जाते हैं, इंटरनेट पे इजीली अवेलेबल है. Write the mail to HR. Best is to write the mail, not speak to them on the phone, because phone पे जो वो बोलते हैं वो बाद में बदल जाते हैं. It's always best to take it in writing how the employee works. So work with them. तो 3-4 चीजें जरूरी होती है पूछना अगर आप कंपनी में कर रहे हो बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन. वन इज दैट whether this person has worked for the exact duration जो उन्होंने मेंशन किया हुआ है अपने रिज्यूमे में, because जनरली यहाँ लोग बहुत ज्यादा खेल कर जाते हैं, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट कि सपोज काम किया है 2 साल और दिखा रही है 2.5 साल 3 साल व्हाटएवर, तो वो इंक्रीज कर देते हैं. वो टाइम जिसमें शायद उनको जॉब ढूंढने में लगा हो या कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ गई हो वो कवर अप कर लेते हैं. So it's always better to ask this question कि कौन से duration में काम किया है. So HR will have exact duration with them. Then you can check salaries. What salary were they getting? And organization don't say no for sharing the salary slips also. Third that you can ask is that what profile or the what role responsibility that person has worked. Because काम तो किसी ने किया है, suppose उसने काम किया वहाँ पर senior executive और आपके यहाँ पर आ रहा हो sales head बन के, तो एक्सपीरियंस गलत दिखा दिया, रिज्यूमे में लिख दिया मैं सेल्स मैनेजर था इस रोल पे था. So it's always better to check these things. Another part of background check is from the qualification, जहाँ से education की है. You can easily call those institutes and find out कौन से साल में कैसे पढ़ा था, क्या नंबर आए थे easily. और ये सब information handy होता है हर एक के पास. So they might take 2-3-4 working days, but they will be able to send it out. Most organization give it in one go. Some organization अगर एम्प्लॉय अच्छा नहीं होगा या उसका एग्जिट अच्छा नहीं होगा तो डेफर करते हैं. एग्जिट अच्छा होने का मतलब नहीं है कि एम्प्लॉयज खराब होगा, कभी कभी कंपनीज भी खराब होती हैं, उनका तरीका खराब होता है एग्जिट का. सो यू हैव टू कीप सेंडिंग द रिमाइंडर्स, रिमाइंडर 1, रिमाइंडर 2. रिमाइंडर 2 के बाद नहीं आते तो फिर आपका अपना एडजस्ट है डिसीजन वेदर टू कीप द पर्सन और नॉट टू कीप. So that's all. बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन कब आता है? इसके बाद स्क्रीनिंग इवैल्यूएशन, जहां आपने ऑफर दे दिया. बिफोर ऑफर इट्स ऑलवेज, मतलब till the time the person has joined your organization, it's always better not to ask from the company. Because कई बार ऐसा होता है कि रेजिग्नेशन नहीं दिया होता और सडनली छोड़ना होता है, उसका प्लान जो भी होता है. सो इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर टू आस्क इज टू वेट फॉर द पर्सन टू जॉइन योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड देन डू बैकग्राउंड. तो ये जो प्रोबेशन का पीरियड हम रखते हैं 3 to 6 months, वो इसलिए भी रखते हैं कि उस पीरियड में बैकग्राउंड वेरिफिकेशन आ जाए and you will be able to take a decision whether this person can work for long term or not. So IT organizations are very strict. They do multiple level background checks. Agencies hire करती हैं, इस लेवल तक चले जाते हैं जहाँ पर वो बैंक्स, फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन सबसे उनका वेरिफिकेशन निकाल लेते हैं. किसी का सिबिल खराब है वो भी निकाल लेते हैं, लोन पे नहीं किए हैं, सब इंफॉर्मेशन. सो दे गो टू दैट एक्सटेंट दैट दे फाइंड आउट ऑलमोस्ट एवरीथिंग अबाउट यू. और वहां पर फिर ये भी होता है कि वो 5-5 साल के लिए बैन भी कर देते हैं कि दैट पर्सन कैन नॉट रियली अप्लाई फॉर द जॉब. कुछ भी बैकग्राउंड नहीं करते, एनी रॉन्गफुल इंफॉर्मेशन दैट पर्सन हैज शेयर्ड. Not just IT company, many good companies have this practice, and I think it's always good for the organization. थोड़ा सा सबक जो कैंडिडेट्स ज्यादा मस्ती करते हैं, पटाल तरीके से अपने रिज्यूमेस में डाल देते हैं, उनके लिए थोड़ा सा सबक भी होना चाहिए. So some organizations ban them to apply, make them apply for the job ever in their IT companies में NASDAQ के साथ मिलकर they can actually ban the employee for all IT companies forever, अगर बहुत ज्यादा कुछ उसके बारे में है. ऐसा ही एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स में होता है, यूनिवर्सिटीज और कॉलेजेस में भी अगर कुछ भी गलत इंफॉर्मेशन किसी प्रोफेसर, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर ने करी है तो वो लाइफ टाइम के लिए बैन हो सकती है कहीं भी पढ़ाने के. It's always ensure that people are following good practice. पर ठीक है, इंडिया जुगाड़ वाली कंट्री है, तब भी यहाँ कुछ ना कुछ कर ही लेते हैं, बहुत कर लेते हैं. Sometimes it gets difficult to find out. Such high population and systems not being in place, तो थोड़ा बहुत चल जाते हैं. Now multi-channel hirings कैसे होते हैं, ये सब जिसका हम बात कर चुके हैं. So next class में we will talk about search algorithms, कि search algorithms कैसे use कर सकते हैं LinkedIn के लिए और other social media platform के लिए. It's like a Boolean search that we do, and Boolean search is a very successful method of finding people from Naukri, from job portals, from LinkedIn, and all those free career sites. This is again, we have already spoken about all these things, but just to give in pointers so that you remember these things. That I'll share this PPT with you. So there is a research कि कितनी आप sourcing करते हो, कितने लोग apply करते हैं. In 2016 LinkedIn talent search से पता चला था only 36% of the workforce is actively looking for new opportunity, but 90% is willing to talk and learn more. So that means 36% actively job change कर रहे थे, जिनके आप LinkedIn पे भी देखोगे लिखा हुआ open for opportunities, looking for jobs and all that. But passive hiring के through you can actually make 90% people interested in the profile that you have. Everybody wants to at least listen to क्या नया रहेगा. This is step-by-step strategy. This is what we follow. Requisitions आया HR के अंदर. So there is a method that we follow within the organization. It's called MRF, which is manpower requisition form. So manpower requisition form basically comes from any department जिसको अपने यहाँ पे positions चाहिए. So suppose अभी हम sales manager वाला continue कर रहे हैं example. So sales head will fill that form and send to the HR. Then I have a requirement. ये सब उसकी need है. This is the role I'm looking at. So that requisition आई आपके पास, recruiters के पास या HR department के पास. Discussion हुआ उस पे. If you want to discuss it with the sales head, और डेलीगेशन हेड के साथ. सेकंड स्टेप आ जाता है आपका देन looking for people. किस तरीके से आप सोर्स करोगे. There can be chances that you will try and bring people from your own organization who have left, or you have the database, or then you will look for more people from outside. So internal and external sourcing दोनों के लिए आप ready हो. Third step, and nearly 52% hiring professionals say they first turn to their professional network, which is like LinkedIn or any professional network. अब जैसे WhatsApp groups होते हैं, जैसे हमारा ग्रुप है HR का, so any position that we need, I first put in my HR group. इसमें बड़ी बड़ी कंपनी के CHRO से लेकर जूनियर कंपनी तक सब कुछ है, बहुत सारे, almost 250 से ऊपर लोग हैं. Then we put there, उनमें से किसी का reference होता है, they send that person. So it's always best to hire through your professional network. ऐसे ही LinkedIn से hiring अच्छी हो जाती है, because LinkedIn में बेस्ट चीज है कि recommendations और references सब अवेलेबल है. Then आता है questions that you can see कि क्या हो रहा है, where might this community congregate, कि कितने कौन सी community से आपको मिल रहा है reference for the employee, और कौन सी कंपनीज हैं जो आपके जैसे प्रोडक्ट सर्विसेज पे काम करते हैं. इट्स ऑलवेज इम्पोर्टेंट टू आस्क दैट. कोई भी कंपनी आप ज्वाइन करते हो, यू शुड बी अवेयर कि कौन कौन सी कंपनीज हैं हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर जहाँ से मैं अपने बंदे उठा सकती हूँ. यू कैन रिक्रूट बेटर पीपल फ्रॉम देयर. एंड देन थर्ड क्वेश्चन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड इज दैट एक पोजीशन जो आप हायर कर रहे हो वो मल्टीपल जॉब टाइटल से रोटेट हो रही होगी. जरूरी नहीं है सेल्स मैनेजर ही कहलाया जाता है. कई कंपनी सेल्स स्पेशलिस्ट भी कह रही होंगी, कई कंपनीज उसको AGM सेल्स भी कह रही होंगी. सो टाइटल कैन डिफर, बट व्हाट यू नीड टू सर्च इज ऑन द जॉब रिस्पांसिबिलिटीज एंड द कीवर्ड्स दैट इज मैचिंग. सो ऑलवेज ओपन टू दिस आइडिया. देन आता है ऑफलाइन सोर्सिंग, जैसे जॉब फेयर्स, कॉन्फ्रेंस, मीट, नेटवर्किंग, राइट. वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्पोकन. If this recruiting through employee network, आपका employee reference system works wonderfully well. Sixth is outreach message. क्या बना रहे हैं हम, जो job post आपने बनाया, right? That job posting or whatever you are writing to people in email, when you are sending that कि हमारे पास position है, that message can create wonderful example of how you can do the better hiring. कितना क्रिएटिव जा सकते हो, कितना ब्यूटीफुली वो कर सकते हो आप. सो यू नो दिस इज टोटली अप टू यू, एंड नॉट जस्ट अबाउट द कलर्स, द कंटेंट दैट यू आर राइटिंग. देन एम्प्लॉयर ब्रांड. सो फॉर एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन they have to create their brand first, then only the recruitment of good people will happen. Talented people always want to join good brands because वहाँ environment अच्छा होता है, loyalty रहती है, respect मिलता है, and money obviously follows. So it's always good. Most people try to do that. Even if it's a startup, the first thing for the startup is to create their brand in the market. No, they should not be known as a company कि जहाँ लोग 6 महीने में आते हैं हम निकाल देते हैं, 3 महीने में आते हैं हम निकाल देते हैं. Best is to take time to bring people in the organization rather than firing them or asking them to leave the organization if they are not performing. So onus of wrong hiring should come on both the employer brand, which is your marketing and communication department, and on the HR. Right, this is Boolean search. This we will do in the next class, but I'll share the PPT today so that you can learn and think about it. This is the kind of assignment that I want to give you this week. कि Boolean search को use जरूर करने की कोशिश करें. Right, so let us source and recruit. I know the time is over, but I want to give you this assignment. As I said, I'll be utilizing your services for a live position that we have. We have multiple positions. I don't know which one to give you. Any interest that you have? कि हम इन positions पे काम करना चाहेंगे. Anything specific that you have in your mind? Any industry that you want to choose and pick up? Because we work in multiple industries. अरे तुम बोलोगे नहीं तो मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा? सब बैठे. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Post it on your LinkedIn. You can use my company's name. and then you can search for the right profile. Right? So I'll give you easy one. You have to look for a finance uh, manager. Finance manager for Delhi. Location is Delhi. Qualification, he can be a CA or a non-CA. I mean, a finalist CA will do. इससे पूरा नहीं किया CA. Should have at least 5 years of experience after completion of studies, which is either post CA or CA finalist. At least 5 years of experience. Post qualification experience. Job responsibilities are you have to manage taxation, internal and external audit, day-to-day accounting, cash flows and funds, cash flows and funds, and day-to-day bookkeeping. Accounting की भाषा में उसको bookkeeping कहते हैं. उसका कितना खर्चा, expense, कितना पैसा आया, all that thing. So maintaining basically ledgers and journals. So it's called bookkeeping. So इतना बहुत है, I think इससे भी आ जाएगा. Location I told you Delhi. Experience I have told you 5 years. Job responsibility. Anything else is left?
Any specific ERP or software?
No, they're not using any.
Okay.
Tally will be.
Ma'am, I'm not on LinkedIn.
Search for anywhere else, and why not create a profile now on LinkedIn? आज ही बनाओ अपना profile and add everybody else here. And you can hire from any sources. Search from your network, see from your friends, anywhere else. कैसे करोगे फिर assignments अगर LinkedIn पे नहीं होगा? Facebook account है?
Ma'am, so what will I write about like what am I currently?
You are intern with us. No? You can mention that you're working with my company, HR Human Resources. Interns at HR Human Resources.
Okay.
I'll write this assignment on the group also. Another position is if somebody is not able to work on finances, then you can work for another position. Another position is for Bangalore. It's for IT. We are looking for a back-end developer. With basic skills of C++.
Ma'am, what developer?
Back-end. BSCK back-end. Back-end developers. So IT में two तरीके के developers होते हैं. Front-end developer जो website या web pages बनाते हैं, and back-end developer मतलब जो programming और coding करते हैं. Coding happens in C++, Java and Python. Front-end development होती है वो JavaScript, HTML, Node.js इसमें होती है. So skill set थोड़ा सा different है. Back-end developer for C++. C++ के साथ हमें चाहिए oops. OOPS, oops. Capitals में लिखना oops. Oops is also a technology to C++ के साथ यूज होती है. 3-4 years of experience. Location Bangalore. An IT company. IT service based company in case somebody asks. And salary is up to 12 lakhs per annum. Finance manager में भी salary लगेगा. So salary in finance manager is also up to 12 lakhs. Up to 12 lakhs मतलब we are open 12 से ऊपर नहीं जा सकते. In 12 lakhs per annum. I cannot disclose the name of the clients because they don't want to disclose it. That is why they have given us this position to work on. So you can use my company's name, HR Human Rhythms. We are on LinkedIn. You can mention that you are an intern working for a consultancy, and from consulting science you are looking for this position. Before you put the job profile for search, मुझे दिखा दोगे एक बार WhatsApp पे, तो it would be better. So that I can, okay, that's good to go.
I'm already working on this particular profile for my organization, and I've got plenty of resumes for
तुम्हारी कंपनी के पास ही है, मतलब yours is in Gurgaon, we are looking for South Delhi.
No. My basically point is that yeah. So I have it, like people are based in Delhi. So I have profiles. So like what exactly we have to do now? If I have it, then I have
speak to them and send it to me. You can speak on my behalf. Good, or maybe if you don't want to speak because you're working in another organization, then you can directly send us. Yes.
Sure.
But I want to give you a complete exposure of how to do sourcing and hiring roles. So for screening, कैसे कर रहे हो, किस तरीके से बात कर रहे हो, isn't it?
No, there are few people like to whom I have already spoken, but they are not fitted for like yeah, or the salary expectations are
salary we can pay good. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll share it with you. Like there are few people.
And best part is if any one of your profile is selected by any of the organizations, so we will pay you incentive also. It's not free of the cost. Right? Incentive, I'm not disclosing how much money I will pay, but we would surely be an incentive. Alrighty. That's all for today. I'll post these 2 jobs for you on the group so that you can work on it. By Saturday, you should have something with you. Even before, if you charge the resumes, you can always send the resumes to me on WhatsApp or an email. I'll send the email. Correct? All right. See you then next Saturday. Have a good week ahead. I'm sharing the PPT for you. Right? In case you have any questions in between, please feel free to ask.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.